I seek the one they call William Wallace.
Well, you're in luck, you found him.
Wallace marched his men for 4 days.
I did not come here to talk or be bought. I came here to win back my country's freedom for its people. Like yourself.
What are you laughing at?
I feel like it's like I'm a passenger in a car that's out of control and the driver's left and you have no say over where the car's going. So that's what it feels like right now. The Parliament has been hijacked. We have no say. Scotland has no voice. It hasn't had for quite some time.
If Scotland is independent in 2025, 2030, I think Brexit will pretty obviously be the main reason for that. It will give momentum to the cause. It has exposed all sorts of problems with the Union. It has set Scotland against England, and Westminster seems very distant from Scotland at the moment. You know, my case was very much that the role of Britain in the world was an important one. And I think by taking Scotland out of the United Kingdom, what's left is inevitably diminished, both geographically, economically, perhaps morally a bit as well. And it didn't seem like a good time for that to happen. But, you know, since then, Britain's decided to leave the EU. Donald Trump's gone into power in America. We've got all sorts of things happening on the European continent, populists on the rise. And I think it just sort of, everything's changing, and I think we should all be looking at some of the received wisdom and perhaps some of our own accepted viewpoints and just asking if those are still the right views to have. As an individual, I'm certainly more open-minded to the idea of an independent Scotland than I was before.
So, just pour a sample of this. Scotland didn't vote for Brexit, and so against the will of the Scottish people, we're being forced out of Europe. So we're being seen in action not to have any democratic voice. So we're voting for something that we're not getting. I'm certainly of the opinion that Scotland could be a much more prosperous country, living on its own economy, making its own rules.
It's made me much more open to the idea of Scottish independence than I would have been had we not been in a situation where the Westminster government was being closed down with an apparent desire to effectively force through a no-deal Brexit.
I think it's just the general moods in this country. I think there's a recognition that as part of the UK, Scotland doesn't matter, in our opinion, doesn't matter. What we vote for doesn't matter. We're not an equal in the Union, whereas we would be within the EU. Our voice would matter.
I mean, I do believe in the UK as a union, but I think the way things are, I might have to vote to leave the Union because I can't really accept the government we have in Westminster. The whole system is broken, it's anti-democratic. I don't really want to be part of it.
It's actually made it stronger for me, for independence. It's definitely made it stronger, and a lot of my friends actually voted no, and now every one of them is going to be a yes voter if it happens again.
You're good, you're good.
Ouais. Bah, on est plus bas dans la rue.